Psych. Evening all, how are we doing? Just waiting for the people to come across from D, as it were, and we shall get started. I think I'm a little early. If you're here, say hello in the comments. I will reiterate, this is excuse me. Hey Jessica, how you doing? PG-13 stream. So yes, I can't be guaranteed to keep things clean, and I will be smoking and drinking energy drinks. 2 people here at the moment. So Jessica, who's with Jessica? Before we really get going, let's get a few people in. Here we go. Hey Ken, hey Sandy, Pammy Poo, how you doing all? Right, we got to start. People are rolling in. So as I normally, hey Chewy, as I normally start with, go through a quick rundown of what's been happening in my fish room. So I'll try not to start by burping. Start with the sad news. Hey Kerry, how you doing? So sad news. My endlers are getting to the end of their lives. They're just old, bless them. Had 2 go this week, so we're down to 2. Hey Maya Shrimp, how you going? And Mam's new boyfriend, for some reason, kicked the bucket as well. Water's fine, no sign of illness, injury. Absolutely perfect. The evening before, fed him, came up, said hello, had his food, swimming around like a happy little ram. Come down in the morning, sat on the bottom dead. So, different tank, Pam. Hey Cop, how you doing? So yeah, bit sad, but there we go. Sometimes these things happen. It's just one of those things. I know the water is clean and the tank is healthy, because on the upside in that tank there are now over 100 baby bristlenose plecos. They laid back end of last week, and was it this Tuesday I took the wrigglers out of the cave, put them into the breeder box. Mainly did that to give the male a rest, Spotty, let him get some food down his gullet, and B, so I don't have to chase 100 odd baby bristlenoses around the tank and try and catch them. Having them all in the breeder box, easier to find them. When it comes to moving them to a grow out tub, just a case of filling a bowl up with tank water, popping the breeder box in it, and then moving it across. So no need to catch them. So hopefully when I do come to catch them to sell them on, they've never seen a net before, so they won't be too scared of it with any luck. That's the plan anyway. Other good news, the new apistogrammas, which you would have seen if you saw my fish room tour, as it were. Robert and Roberta, they're settling in well, feeding well. Roberta has decided that the coconut hut is her new home, and she's getting that suspiciously golden looking colour that apistogramma females tend to get at a certain time. So not entirely sure if fingers crossed for baby apistos. So I'm a bit overrun at the moment with babies, but I'm going to hopefully be selling off the rest of the cribs fairly shortly. So fingers crossed that all works out well. And I think that's pretty much where we're at with the fish room. No other deaths, I don't think. Nothing else. No other multiplying creatures other than the shrimp. Someone was asking in D stream about what can you put with betters, and as people were saying, it is all about the better's temperament. And yes, I've obviously got the world's softest better because, yeah, the shrimp in the better tank are multiplying at a faster rate than the shrimp in the shrimp only tank. Hey Dan, how's it going, dude? And Young Fish Master, good to see you on board. Yes, all good. I hope everyone else has had a good and productive fishy week. Hey Cody, how you doing? Yep, peeps, don't forget to do the old thumbs up, otherwise Cody will start shouting at you. But yes, say everyone else is just trundling along quite happily around here. Yeah, exactly, Amano. So you can get some betters that are just murder death machines, and I've got Norman, who wouldn't say boot or goose. I don't think he's, yeah. Well, he does. He plays boo now with the shrimp. He sneaks up on them, then just sort of like acts like he's going to try and attack, but he doesn't, just to make them all jump and go. Ah. Yeah, it's a little bit breezy down here too, Dan. Hi Dee, how you doing, my dearie? Yeah, better as a coolie loaches. Yeah, that would probably work. As long as they weren't young coolie loaches, because then the betters might mistake them for worms and eat them. But yeah, yeah, that is a good thought, Kerry. Whether it's the presence of a predator, they might go quick. There's the flex that you can't see, which is literally there. That has got the Chopro Danios and the African butterfly cichlids in. I keep finding more and more cherry shrimp in there. Yeah, somewhere in there, someone's breeding and multiplying, and I have no idea where. Boats and trampolines flying past the window. Yeah, this is not that much of an exaggeration. As our American friends might not know, in the UK we're currently experiencing Storm Kira, so it is just a tad windy outside. And I think I'm in one of the quieter parts of the country, and it's been well up over 60 miles an hour most of the day for the wind. Most of the last night. So yeah, I'll say it's yeah. I'm going to have to sell some more shrimp again soon, just to stop the overcrowding issue. What's been happening? Well, first of all, hello, Jess. Oh, bless. Poor Garami. Fingers crossed for it. I hope he does well. And hubby cut himself, get stitches, fixing something. And the cat got out. Oh, dear. Well, I'm sure hubby will be fine. I can't remember the last time I had stitches. I tend to just glue myself back together these days. But yeah, hopefully all goes well and you found your cat okay. Yeah, it keeps falling off. Well, so we've got this storm, but we haven't had any snow or anything yet in the UK. It's not even really been what I'd call cold. I think the coldest it's got is like -1 or -2, something like that. Take females out on a saddle, pair them up with my choice, and 3 guns. That's one way of doing it. Amari shrimp, I tend to just leave them be and see what comes out. Which is why I get some rather strange looking shrimp. Ones which I think possibly reverting to wild type. They're kind of orangey colour, but like clear orange. Got some yellows, some rillies, some calicos, painted fire reds, all sorts of random stuff. You're meant to be getting snow up there. Yeah, well, it normally does snow a bit more in Scotland, East Ayrshire. Yeah, it's probably not that far apart, actually. Yeah, so that's the way that's going. On cat news and paranormal news, as some are aware, I do have a shadow figure around the house that I sometimes see. I'm in Norfolk, UK, Jessica. The big round flat bit sticking out the side full of people with 12 fingers. And yes, Zach the cat was in the other day. He doing what Zach the cat does, sleeping, playing with his catnip, just being cool. And he went upstairs, and no problem. He just goes upstairs, has a kip on the bed sometimes. He does it. It's not an issue. I don't worry about it. And I hear what I call is human, I'm frightened, please help me, meow. So I go upstairs to see what's going wrong. Now, I've not heard any loud bangs or anything. Nothing's fallen over, or he's not knocked anything over with his tail, which is what he tends to do. And he's just sat there shivering and shaking and scared out of his poor little fur. So whatever it is has decided to take to scaring the cat. So I had to have words, and obviously give Zach extra fusses and cuddles and treats. But we're all good now. Zach's okay, and nothing else has really happened. Any strange noises I've heard, I'll put down some wind outside, because there are trees and fences and all sorts going over at the moment. Yeah, that's pretty much all that's been happening in Sharpie's week this week. Still not sponsored. Hey, Nola Jake, yeah, poor little Zach, but he loves his fuss. But you have to get to the rarefied position of being classed as a Zach friend to be able to give him fuss. If he doesn't consider you a Zach friend, then you get savaged. He's one of them cats. Hey, Big J, how's it going? Hope your koi all right and all recovers. It's dumb how they do that. They just jump out sometimes. I've had that in the past with crucian carp in my pond. I had one just jump out and commit suicide. I've seen it at lakes as well, where carp jump quite regularly. But why on earth they would decide to jump out and then not flap their way back in, I have no idea. Hey Sean, how you doing? No, I haven't got Shelley's yet, Sean. Still thinking of it. Slugs and snails scare me, thanks to monsters. See, snails are fine because you can just pick them up by the shell, but slugs are just, they're just slimy, horrible things. Thankfully, I have frogs in the pond, so I don't get many slugs or bugs or anything like that, really. Spiders the frogs tend to clear them out fairly rapidly. Richard Briley, cool. Always good if you can have someone come and tour your fish room, Ken. It means you're getting somewhere. Oi, Dennis, how you doing with Budley? Yeah. I can't do that with that arm. That one. That one, it's not guppy grass. I forget what it's called. It's not a heteranthera. Begins with an H, anyway. So it's fine here, Kerry, but given the weather currently in the UK, I would not be surprised if the internet starts playing silly buggers. Yeah, so if you meant that one begins with an H, but it's not guppy grass. I can't remember what it was, I'm afraid. Hi, Aaron. No, not flooded here. I'm on the top of a hill. Um, it's hardly rained at all here today, but I think it's coming in from the Atlantic, so we're getting the back end of it all. Right, it's dumping its rain further west. I'm just glad it didn't do what they were saying it would at the start of the week, which was come from the other direction, in which case it would be coming from Siberia. And it would be pretty much what Pam and Dee have been dealing with. Tank to my left, that one there is my little 25 litre or 6 point something gallon, which is home to a breeding pair of rams, some celestial pearl danios, and some nerite snails. Turn the camera, turn the laptop a bit more, you'll be able to see it. And then the one that side is just the cherry shrimp, nerite snails, and Malaysian trumpet snails, and planaria. The tank, if you mean the SU-152, Aaron, that's finished. If you mean the T-54, I've almost got the lower hull plate together. As I'm sure most of you are fishy peeps won't have watched the kit review I did of the current tank I'm building. You might not quite get just how complex it can be. Yeah, the T-54, I've got the lower hull plate with the suspension installed, but that's still well over 100 parts. Now you get like the Tamiya or the whatever, if it's got the working torsion bar suspension, it's just a case of push the suspension arm, which has got the torsion bar molded onto it, into the hole, and then glue it at that end. It's mini art, so you've got to build it all up. So the torsion bar is separate from the mount, which is made out of 2 parts, and then the mount, the other end, is made of another 2 parts, and then the suspension arm is made of 3 or 4 parts, that kind of thing. There's Storm in Denmark, 3 trees down. Well, I mean, downside, you lost 3 trees. As you say, upside, get to play with a new chainsaw. Just be careful with it. And that's coming from me. And that's about the one thing I've not had an accident with, is a chainsaw. Well, I have cut myself with a chainsaw, but it wasn't actually turned on. Have I built the Trumpy Hwasong D5? I haven't. Like any of those big Trumpy kits, they're all good kits. Heteranthera zosterifolia. I think it might be one of the Heterantheras, Dan. I'm just not sure what type it is. Hang on, I know the easy way to figure this one out. Because one of you guys will know what it is. Let me just make sure I don't flash you. Let's see how many guppies decide to try and eat me. Go down to about there. That'll do. And try not to drip everywhere. This is why I have my water change bucket close to hand. Don't do this at home, peeps. Wash hands before and after putting them in the tank. If that's any help, whether the camera will actually focus on it, there we go. It's basically a stem plant of some description. Pretty sure it is a heteranthera. It's one of the tropical ones. Comes from Pets at Home. Zoid and Gundam. Oh, I still do the odd Gundam, Sean. The rare leafy green one, yeah. It's not so rare, but it is the leafy green one. It's going to touch. Get them built, Aaron. They're Trumpy kits. They go together well. Oh, thank you very much, Dee. That's just because careful camera angles and lighting. Yeah. The only times I would say with a model kit, maybe leave it till you're more experienced or you've built the skill sets, is if you're looking at things like a special hobby kit or something that's all resin, or something that is a notoriously piglet of a kit to put together. Is it within range? Can I grab it? Can I even see it? I don't think. Is that it? That might be the one, actually, if that's the special hobby, special needs. Same difference. No, it's that one, isn't it, you idiot? Recognise. Yeah, just going by the weight. Excuse the dust levels. That's the special hobby Barracuda, which, because it's a Mark V, you have to saw the entire nose off and replace it, saw the entire tail off and replace that, and then replace the top half of that with a different part as well. And there's a lot of resin, and a lot of it doesn't fit. But aside from that, it's a great kit. I enjoyed building it anyway. It was definitely improved the skills with the sanding and the fitting. Just, I'll say they're great kits. Young Fishmaster, have I ever used Lucky Bamboo? I haven't. So as you can probably see, I mean, all my tanks have lids, so things like Lucky Bamboo or Pothos would be an absolute pig, because every time I try to lift the lid, I'd have to move the plant as well. Yeah, sorry about that, Kerry. But yeah, I've not done the Lucky Bamboo, and I've not been silly enough to plant the bamboo in my garden like lots of people have. The one thing you never do is put the bamboo in the ground, because then you'll never get rid of it. But lots of the what we got that's softer than Medicine Hat, Chewy? Water, laws, people. Sherry, you changed your name. How are you, my dear? Haven't seen you for a while. Vancouver Olympics, Russian hockey team. I suppose did you slip them many laxatives, Chewy? You know, that kind of opportunity has to be taken. I think they call it home field advantage, don't they? Spike the vodka with water. You know, they might not play as well when they're sober. So what's been going on? What we're saying is different between Medicine Hat and the UK. No, whatever it was, I've missed it. It was supposed to be a live chat, but whether it's all showing, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sawing things either, Aaron. But sometimes it has to be done. Howdy, Chevy, lurk away, friend. Have no fear, Sharpie is here. How long for? I don't know. As I got accused of TMI for just using 3 letters. Yeah, this morning or last night? No, last night. But, yeah, 2 years is definitely time to finish it. Yeah. I feel bad enough if I have a model in the stash for 2 years. Heck, most of them don't survive on a shelf for 2 years before they meet Mr. Hammer or Mr. Boot or Mr. Anvil Whopper or just Mr. Binbag. Ah, were you getting called Cheryl, were you? Or Cherry? Bless. Oh, have I listened to any good music lately? What have I been listening to this week? Oh, um, um, don't think I've actually listened to a lot of music this week, to be honest at all, Chewy. I did stick some Nine Inch Nails and The Cure on the other day. Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails and Disintegration by The Cure. Both cracking albums, by the way, and I urge everyone to either listen to or buy them. That's pretty much, I think, all I'll listen to this week. Dum Lynch. Yeah, that could be a cool tour. Mercedes MP5. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Is that an Italeri or a Revell truck kit, Aaron? I'm sure you're aware what happened when we had the truck group build or buddy build. I think there was one got finished and the rest of them got put in the bin. Not the greatest of kits. If you want to improve your filling and sanding skills, yeah, they're good for that. And I've gone out again. So, yes. Yeah, the last gun down was 2,300. Yeah, that's a good. That's going to be a perfect grade, I'd guess. Then Sean, one of the big ones, 1/60ths. Revell. Yeah, the Revell one will be better than the Italeri one for fit. Let's put it that way. The Italeri ones are, well, they're Italeri, so they're dogs. And I'm not surprised why certain people. Michael, now 1/60th through a Gundam isn't small, that's large. Benedictum. Now that rings the bell. Yeah, so scales are scales. It's yay, there she is. Big Wookie hugs to Amber. And yes, thanks for last Sunday, Amber. Cheered me up no end. I'm not going to say it anymore. Just be careful of your camera angles in future, sweetie. And Norman says hi as well. He's been watching you again this week on YouTube. Yeah, 25 quid, you can't really complain. But I mean, like, so the model scales, I've built 1/144th scale kits that were bigger than 1/32nd scale kits. Priscilla, my dear, how the devil are you? It's 50% off, don't oh, bless. Yeah, some Revell kits are really good, but that's because they're Hasegawa Reeboxes. Revell 172 HE111 is a cracking kit. I'd recommend that one. And apparently their F15E is really good as well, but not my kind of thing. You know. Oh, how's the big Mick filter media debate been going? I've not upset anyone else, Dan. That's a good sign. Apparently Pond Guru is doing a video for Ben to put his side forward, but apparently he's filmed it a few times. I think he might have realised he's dealing with people who actually know science. So yeah, that will be interesting to watch. Don't apologise, Amber. That was the highlight of my day. And probably highlighted quite a lot of the men's days in the chat. Never apologise for being gorgeous. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's new release open Zvezda, not yet, but that's on my list, Aaron. I wouldn't mind one of them. Another one I caught a sneak peek of yesterday is Mini Art are doing a T3485 with full interior. Yeah, which, for people who don't know tanks, is just complete alien gibberish. A bit like me talking about something like Basilia reticulata to a bunch of modelers. Oh yeah, that is an absolute beast. Oh, pardon me. But yeah, it's simple. I don't know what it's about, Amber, but you're awesome. You know your stuff, and you rock. That's why you accept it. Oh yeah, make sure your salties are happy. Yeah, is that the peacock mantis shrimp you're doing the water change on? If so, be careful. Don't want you getting punched in the hand or anything. Yes, Michael, a new tool Mini Art T34 full interior kit. Oh yeah, about time. I mean, the AFV Club interior kit is a nice kit. Well, the AFV Club T34 is the best one on the market, to be honest. The Ding Hao is just the AFV Club with some resin bits and extra etch and stuff. But yeah, it's about time we had a new tool. You wouldn't punch it back. You'd swear at it and give it the look, Priscilla. That's all you need to do. Hey Joseph, how you doing? Good to see you here. Look away. I'm sure no one thinks you're being rude and ignoring them, Amber. Yeah, I was like, no, the Dragon is a good T34. It's an old kit. Is it from there? Try to remember when I first did that. What was that? Was that one of the 39 to 45 range? Or was it one of the smart kits? I can't remember. I think it's one they've reboxed about 3,000 times. Most often by putting German decals in it. Oh, damn it. See, much as I'm not a fan of self-promotion, as it were, but as Bob's not here to remind me and ask, just in case anyone is feeling super generous, my email for PayPal, or if you just want to email me, because sometimes it's nice to get an email that isn't someone asking for money. Let me just check I spell that right. Yeah, that's the one. When my laptop decides it's going to do it, there we go. Smart kit, got magic tracks and part for the flames. Yeah. Have I owned a pike? I've caught a few. I've never owned one. Yep, I'll say all. As most are probably where I am currently out of work. So the pike cichlids. No, I don't keep big cichlids, young fish master. But yeah, so I'm currently out of work. So any donations gratefully received. I don't ask for. And as most people say, it normally takes one of the mods to go, "Oi, put your bloody PayPal address in." But no, whatever money does come from YouTube goes straight back into the hobbies. So dwarfs, no dwarf pikes either. The only cichlids I've got the best cichlids there are ever, full stop. No one will ever persuade me otherwise. Crebensis. I've got African butterfly cichlids. I've got rams, and I've got apistogrammas. Oh, geez. Amber, would it be easier just to get like an industrial air compressor or something? Oh dear. The oxygen levels in your house are going to be so high, you're going to be struggling. You may end up with oxygen poisoning. The amount of plants. Yeah, I'll say UK small house, so smaller tanks. Now I could have like a tank that's big enough for an Oscar or two, but then I would only have like that tank instead of like 2 or 3 others. Keeping TDS low is a problem. I'm thinking that might be part of my issue with normal Bolivian rams. Is I'm just out of the tap. My TDS is over 300, so getting it lower is tricky. Marit, how are you, my dear? Hope all is well. So yeah, I mean, if the current rams I've got don't produce and start dying off, I won't be getting any more rams. It could just be nature saying your water isn't right for these fish. I mean, I can get the pH low enough with having malm and wood and all that good stuff in the tanks. Oh, there's plenty of shady guys around here. I just wouldn't want their old tanks, Sean. That's the problem. Yeah. Only fish have better as goldfish and guppies. Yeah, nothing wrong with better as goldfish and guppies. And don't you dare say only betters with Amber here. Oh dear, Michael. You'll be in for a scolding. And even if you just get the look off Amber, that's enough. Weather is wet and windy, Marit. Although it's calming down a bit, so it's probably on its way over to you now. Yeah, so I had the obligatory goldfish as a kid. in a bowl, no filter, nothing. No, you just poured the water down the sink and refilled the bowl out the tap when the water turned green and you couldn't see the goldfish anymore. Some lasted like a week, 2 weeks, and then you get the odd one that is just bulletproof and survives for years. Yeah, high tide. Yeah, and yes, that is the thing, Marit, isn't it? People forget. They think the North Sea is that's just small. It's barely bigger than a lake. It is one of the roughest seas there are. You wouldn't want to be out on it, especially in this weather. Of course, a cat's going to come and play. You can't finish a model without having a cat hair in it. What are you like? Actually, Zach is very well behaved. He doesn't even come into the cave anymore. He just sits at the door and meows if he needs something. Since when England ever not well? Yes, surprisingly. So, except for when there's really high tides. Exactly, Marit. It's a big bit of water coming through a small gap. Because the Arctic Ocean basically flows down through the gap between Scotland and Scandinavia. And yes, it may be a small sea and it may be fairly, well, and it's fairly shallow, which is part of the problem. Hey Cody, how's it going? It's not that long ago that the North Sea was actually a land bridge and England was connected to the rest of the continent. Actually, and you can prove that if you go about 9 miles that way. Is it even 9 miles? No, about 5 miles that way. And Doggerland, yep. Otherwise known as Surrey these days. The map. Yeah, won't go with that joke about doggers. So if you go down to Snetterton, which is like 4 or 5 miles down the road from me, the sand and gravel deposits are what used to be the River Rhine when it was all still attached through. So, bought better this week, yay! Rose petal, red tail, white body blue on the back. Case, I was looking for a better. I wanted a better, and then I was in the shop. I was looking at the betters, and this one came swimming to the front of the tank, waggling his fins and showing off and saying hello to me. So he had to come home with me, I'm afraid. Blackpool. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't want to be in Blackpool at the best of times, Marit, let alone when there's an Atlantic storm coming in. Yeah. It's north and west. It's not good. South and east is better. Well, I finish at 8. My time, depends how long I go. But about 3 hours and 10 minutes from now, Joseph at JH Aquatics goes live. And after that, it's normally, is it Funk and then Susie Q? Or is it Susie Q then Funk? I think it's Funk after that. Yeah. He came to say hello. He seduced me. And I've got the best British better there is. Because I'm not going to say the best better there is. Susie Q first. There we go. I knew it was one round or the other, but I don't catch them live because I'm unconscious by then. So I watch them on the Monday morning. Yeah, there's a reason why Norfolk, Virginia is named after Norfolk, UK, where it's pretty much the same. But yeah, if you, no, I'm not going to say I've got the best better ever because I guess probably Amber's got that. Amber being the better queen. Oh, I know you're joking, Aaron. Don't worry about it. You know me, I don't take much too seriously. Yeah, he's a definite character. I mean, how many betters are there that will get angry with a thermometer for trapping their shrimp friend? Yeah, it's how many betters will sit there and have a conversation with a cat. And hi, Mandy. Yay, you woke up from your nap. Yeah, Cody, Father Fish is up. That's 7 my time. Obviously, my times are a bit weird because, you know, I'm in the UK and everyone else is working on various different US times. It's a bit confusing. I think I'm 5 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna go out and get some stones for the tanks. Yeah, I wouldn't go out if you don't absolutely have to, Marriott. It's pure safety. So when Mary was coming over to see me today, she got detoured. So there was an accident. Yeah, he does. And I've actually noticed, Amber, there's people he doesn't like that I put on the TV. There's people he likes and he'll sit there and watch for hours, you included. And there's people he just looks at it, flares, turns around and goes off for a nap at the back of the tank. Uh, and the guy who does the biographics and geographics, both channels I recommend. Very interesting. Is it Simon Whistler? Yeah, yeah. Norman doesn't like him. Anything with fishies he likes. Anything with pretty girlies he likes. And weirdly, anything paranormal he'll sit there and watch as well. And certain things he'll just turn around and go, he'll sort of look at the TV and go, nah, give it a quick flare and then, no, Norman watches you, Dan. Actually, I tend to watch you on the tablet, Dan, so I mean, no offense, mate, but you know, when you're on the throne. No, say it's, yeah. I'm sure I'll stick something on and we'll see. I'll let you know what Norman thinks. I mean, there you go. Norman rates. There's the new YouTube channel, isn't it? Does Norman rate your channel? Does he sit there and watch it, or does he go off in a huff and go play with his shrimp friends? I say a lot of things that people wish they could unhear, Dan. Yeah, yeah. I say Zach. Zach doesn't tend to watch TV too much. Uh, I would guess as long as they don't try to nip his fins or have a go at him, Norman would love shell dwellers. He gets on well with shrimps and snails, so you know. Uh, Norman, yeah. I mean, I really shouldn't admit it, but Norman doesn't actually like Paul either. I think he just prefers watching women. Oh, and I can't blame him, you know. But Warwick is hilarious, but generally modelling videos, Norman just turns his back on and goes for a nap. I think the better question, Chewy, will be which shell dwellers does Sean not have? Um, yeah, I'm surprised Sean hasn't got hermit crabs, to be honest, because they live in a shell. You know, it's kind kind of like that. Yeah, and yes, and Norman does enjoy watching YouTube, Priscilla. Yes, it's me. I'm that strange person that watches your videos when you get around to doing them, which is... Oh, pardon me. At least I'm safe to do that now. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting along. I have... I can't make Norman watch something he doesn't want to watch. Oh no, don't tell me James is going to buy some Hecuai and you're going to hate him. Not really Julia de Chromis, the proof that hybridization happens in nature. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Oh, bless. No, there wasn't a live show on Friday, Aaron. But if you scroll through Paul's posts on ISM, he was admitted to hospital on Tuesday or Wednesday with heart problems. He's fine now. He's got, he rattles if you shake him. He's on that many pills, but he's going to be all okay. But that's why we didn't have a live show this week. Trying to reduce the stress levels for the poor guy. I'm sure Norman could probably figure out how to work a TV controller. Yeah, that's pretty much what my reaction was when I heard Aaron. But yeah, he's all good. Pressures of all the crud he's had to deal with lately. As I say, being on the inside, as it were, I'm privy to all the stuff that goes on via Facebook and Messenger. Or not all, but a lot of, and you don't want to know. We all need to lose a bit of weight, Michael, and he has been. He's lost well over a stone already. So, he's getting there. It's the human body, life. I mean, it's the classic of you get a doctor tells you to stop smoking, stop smoking, stop smoking. Never smoked in their life, dies of lung cancer, and you don't get it. It's c'est la vie. These things happen. But friends and family back you up, whether that be real ones you see day to day, or people you've only ever met online, people you've never even seen a picture of or video of online can still be good friends. Oh yeah, Norman always throws wild parties. He doesn't kick the cats though, because Zach keeps the neighborhood cats away. This is Zach only territory. He doesn't even let his little sister in. I say little, she's smaller than him, but she's older. Little Sparky. I think she's got about 3 teeth left now. She must be in her 20s. Bless her. She does come for a fuss, but then you have to pick her up and put her back onto the fence because she can't get back up on her own anymore. Yeah, it's all under control now. He's getting... She run to it. No, she's just a small cat. I think. I say they act like brother and sister. They're you look at them, they're obviously not related in the slightest. She's just a small cat, Ginger, very sweet. and Zach's a big lump of a white fluff monster. Yeah, Amber's seen pictures of Zach, so when I say fluff monster, she knows what I mean. He's a big boy, but I think what originally happened is whoever Sparky's original owners were moved away and left her. And I think then Zach basically took her under his wing to look after. And now, yeah, they're just very good friends. You know, if another cat starts having a go at Sparky, Zach comes steaming in like an Exocet missile. Just a bundle of teeth, claws, and fur and death. I try and stop him from fighting if I can, because he's getting on a bit as well now, and he's starting to lose some of them. Yeah, he's an awesome cat. But then, as I say, he's not even my cat. I'm his human. That's the way it works out. You know, he's technically next door's cat. Yeah, Zach does. I think he's about the same age, 13, 14. And now he plods about, and he's never in a rush. But you get him his lace or his catnip sock to play with, and he turns into a little kitten again until he gets too stoned on catnip, and then he just falls asleep and asks for help to get up on the couch to have a nap. Yeah, that's it. When they make friends, they make friends. There's another couple of cats up the road, Rory and Maisie. Rory, he herds me when I'm coming back. That way, he will herd me and try and keep me away and try and keep me safe from Zach. He doesn't quite get that me and Zach are friends. But as soon as he gets to the edge of Zach's territory, he stops. When probably learnt the hard way not to go into Zach's territory. Yeah. Oh, bless. Yeah. I hope it's working out well for you, Priscilla, in the health and the wallet or purse department. I shall take up the mantle for you. I shall smoke extra so the tobacco companies don't go out of business. Now, when they get the scars and missing chunks of ear and what, that's just extra character. It's, you know, Zach's missing a few chunks out of his ears and scars and all sorts, but you know, doesn't make him any less lovely and fluffy and cute. Only time he's not is when he starts drooling on me. But yeah, well done, Priscilla. Keep it up. More power to you, gal. Yeah, I'll say there is levels of friendship with cats where, yeah, we like Zach and Rory is like, yeah, we know each other, we respect each other's boundaries. We'll stop at the boundary and say hello, and then we'll turn away. Oh, bless you, Amber. Yeah, mad catfish plant lady. Admit it, Amber, you're just trying to recreate Forest Moon of Endor in your house. And yeah. Ah, lovely. No, it's They know when anything changes, Aaron. I'm so I've had some issues the last couple of days with a condition flaring up. I'm fine now, don't worry. Um, and yeah, Zach decided that he needed to keep my belly as warm as possible, which really didn't help. The last thing I wanted was my belly warming up, but he decided it needed warming up. Needed warming up and vibrating, which really didn't help matters at all. Having him snurring away on my stomach and giving me the dirty look when I moved him to go do what I had to do. Yeah, I yeah, live in an indoor forest. Yes, basically, what you want, Amber, is to live in an outdoor forest that doesn't get too hot, doesn't get too cold, and isn't full of creepy crawlies. Somewhere that's around about a constant 60 to 70 degrees all year round, Amber, and that kind of uh, big stone oven and fire, so you can cook everything lovely. Fresh stream running just past. Yeah, don't forget Norman needs food as well. Yeah. Well, actually, the main problem I've got at the moment for fish food is blooming algae wafers. The amount of plecos I've got at the moment. Um, is in the I've got 9 that are about an inch long in the grow out tub just down here. Got Dave in there, got Ginger in there, and Bertie and Spotty in what was the Platy farm is now the Pleco farm, and 100 odd of their babies. So I'm going through quite a lot of algae wafers every day. Um, Evening, Kay. How are you? Yes, that's strange. I've not had a notification pop up about Father Fish. I assume he's going live today. What else has been going on in the world of Sharpie? No more job interviews. Um, yeah, you're modelling, whether you're painting or just gluing tiny pieces onto your hind. I tried making my own wafers. I haven't, Kay. It's one of those where I know long term it will work out cheaper, but no, I think I'm probably going to get to a point fairly shortly where I'm going to have to split up Bertie and Spotty because that you can only sell so many bristle noses, and honestly, I'd rather live on Hoth. Yeah, Hoth would be predictable, though you would have to watch out for the wampers. Yay! Good news, Jess. I was standing at next tank started. Excellent. So I mean, I am kind of okay for when I need a larger grow out tub than the 24 litre down here, because I've got an 11 gallon 45 litre one up there. There we go. There's the Father Fish is alive and well with his birds notification. Comes up right in front of the chat, so I can't see anything. So yes, there we go. Running out of stuff to waffle about this week. Uh, yeah, cousin's got the fish shop. Yeah, so I do have a local wholesaler that I sell to, but again, how many bristle noses can they take? Yeah, I think the weather is messing with Wi-Fi these days, or lately. It can't be doing it any help anyway. Let's put it that way. I do have a PayPal me. I just can't remember what it is, Mandy. That's the thing. I did set it up. I just can't remember what it was, where it is. If it's a standard one, it'd be probably the JG Sharp 76. I would have assumed, but I wouldn't want anyone to do that. Need to get 114 cement blocks today. Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound like a fun thing to do, Sean. I'd rather not be doing that if I could help it. So the other thing, Mandy, with that is it means me being technologically gifted, and I'm not. I just about managed to set up one of these live streams, and that's about as far as I get tech-wise. And it took me a few attempts to figure this out. So, the chances of me running anything more complicated than that are fairly slim. Although my phone's beeping, so I may have had an email, or that's probably the notification about Father Fish. Good evening, Brian. How goes it, sir? Hope you're not getting too blown about where you are. Pam's definitely more technologically gifted than I am. None of this stuff makes any sense to me. Getting ready for the big storm. Yeah. Oh, it should be on its way to you, Brian. We've had it all day today and most of last night. Yeah, so it's, I mean, quite why you have to go to the button that says turn on to turn off, and computers are just overly complex. All this reliance on icons and stuff. Just give me words. Give me a menu with lots of words, and then I'll be able to understand it and figure out what I'm doing. Put all the settings in a bit that says settings. And in the sensible place in settings, not in some weird and random. Where's that in there? Anything to do with sound in an audio settings. Anything to do with pictures in a picture settings. I just thought you were talking in Norfolk accent there, Aaron. Can't afford it, no. That's pretty much the Norfolk spelling. Yeah, so I mean, technologically, I'm an imbecile. Always have been, always will be. I'm more of a how can I put it? More of a random thoughts in the brain coalescing slowly kind of person than When I went to school, there was one computer in the school, and we weren't allowed to touch it, kind of thing. Calculators I can do, computers just, phones, nah, just all too complicated for me. I'm not going to explain to you molecular physics, but I can't work a mobile phone to save my life. There we go. Anyone got any questions for me or any random subjects I'd like to talk about? I seem to be able to waffle on about most subjects for a while. Case of reading and watching too much stuff over the years, where I've developed knowledge in all sorts of random subjects. And yes, ancient civilizations, yeah, I can go there. What would you like to know, Sean? Which ancient civilizations are we talking about? Aztecs, Mayans, Egyptians, pre-Egyptian, Roman, Greek, Chinese, Japanese? Oh no, I just had a notification that I've gone live. How to use panel lining correctly, since it doesn't seem to spread for me. That one's fairly simple. I can do that one. All depends on the panel liner. If you're using the Tamiya one or any of the other enamel type ones, obviously over a gloss varnish, moisten a paintbrush, make it moist with white spirits or mineral spirits if you're American. Run that along the panel lines and then use the Tamiya panel line accent color over the top, and that will help it flow. Either that or just run it along and then wipe the excess off. So I've not used the Tamiya ones myself. I've got mainly Ammo MIG, oils, and the Ultimate clay base washes, which you work completely differently. Ghostly haunted places, I've got plenty of them, Chewy. I live in one, lived in several, been to several. Yes, most haunted places, Göbekli Tepe. That's one of the ones I'm not hugely familiar with. I know of it, know a bit about it, but not enough to have a full-on conversation about, Sean. I'll quite happily take in any knowledges you want to send this way. See, knowledge and information stays in here. Things like names and dates and what I was doing yesterday doesn't. My favourite beverage besides Red Bull, well, I mean, if we just say energy drinks as standard, second would be Coke. Third would be Cherry Coke. Fourth would be Iron Brew. Fifth, basically, we're working down the list of carbonated, highly caffeinated, highly sugarified soft drinks. Back when I was drinking, however, it would have been either vodka or Newcastle Brown or Guinness. And confused me, Sean. Yeah, it's damn buffer. Mango juice. This the thought of mango makes this mango. Oh, that's too healthy for me, Priscilla. And that is one of the things with the type of irritable bowel that I have, is if I eat healthy foods, it makes me ill. If I have a salad or if I've drunk a glass of mango juice, I would probably be ill for a couple of days. Whereas if I have a steak and kidney pie, chips, gravy, and a Red Bull, I'm fine. When it comes down to the uh, gastroenterologist telling you, yeah, don't eat healthy food, then, you go to your own doctor and he's saying, you need more fiber, you need to eat more vegetables, you need to eat more fruit. And you go, okay, thank you, doc. Yeah, you do that and you get worse. You then eventually get sent to the hospital for tests. And the doctor just goes, oh, yeah, you have, yeah, okay, fair enough, yeah. Just avoid high fiber, high fruit, high veg. Yeah, it's America's lack of minced meat pies, sure, it's just, it's just, well, it's no class, really. I mean, I'm sure if you gave most meat eating Americans a proper steak and kidney pie or steak and kidney pudding, I would love it. But my experience, most just look at it and go, oh, I don't think they can quite get around the fact you don't have to put sugar in pastry. So the pastry doesn't have to be sweet. Yeah. See, I'd be more likely to just go straight pentagram. And get meat pies in New England. Well, of course. Might be New England, but it doesn't mean they can't have meat pies. So I reckon what we should do, send everyone in America a Fray Bentos meat pie. Finished pasties. No. If you're going to go pasty, it's got to be Cornish. Got to go Cornish pasty. Hot and fresh. And I don't mean from Greg's. I mean from a proper baker's kind of place you go at like 5 a.m. to get your bread. And by 6 a.m, you have no bread because you've eaten it all. Yeah, proper Cornish pasty, not a frozen one, not a Greg's one. Not even a Ginster's one, which is a posh Greg's one. Although the Ginster's ones aren't bad. I do enjoy a Ginster's meat slice from time to time. Lime coat. Oh. Meat pie with mushy peas and brown sauce. Oh, Sean, I love you. Yeah, I was like trying to explain brown sauce to an American is just impossible. What do you mean brown sauce? Well, it's brown and it's sauce. Brown sauce. It's especially if you're like me and your sense of taste and you got no sense of smell. Trying to explain flavors to someone is really tricky. Well, it just kind of tastes brown, really. And if we're going for the pentagrams, I mean, that's my tobacco tin. Coffin shaped with a pentagram on it. What does that say? I just figured you were a My Chemical Romance fan, Sean, unfortunately, Yeah, brown sauce. Oh, beef dripping. Oh, beef dripping. Food of the gods. Oh no, it's full of fat and it's all. Yeah, go away. I'd rather die at 50 from a heart attack happy than I would at 80 skinny and miserable. Let's put it this way. Yes, I smoke. Yes, it's going to kill me. Yes, I eat fatty, unhealthy foods. Yes, at some point it's probably going to kill me. But I enjoy them. Yeah, beef gravy or onion gravy. Onion gravy, Michael, don't forget that one, which is beef gravy with onions in it. Sausage roll at breakfast only on. Nah, sausage rolls aren't for breakfast. Sausage roll is whenever you happen to be going past somewhere that sells sausage rolls, especially if they're fresh and hot. Hymns, Andy Bangerson live that sound like they do on CD. That's probably because they're playing the CD. Scotty, how you doing, my little alien friend? About the only person at the moment that makes me look tanned. No, don't you start talking about yous, Michael. No, we won't have any of that. It's gravy, or it's really thin gravy, which needs thickening up. Yeah, also, thing is, Aaron, the list of bands I've seen would probably scare you. I think everyone in here thinks probably only Chewy that's seen more live bands than me, but that's because he did that as a living. Part French. Well, in that case, you have my sympathies, Michael. Mon ami. Mange too, Rodney. Mange too. Yeah. 70. Yeah. Well, I'll say good. I mean, if I go through the list of some of the bands I've seen, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Nine Inch Nails, Machine Head, Manic Street Preachers, Smiths, The Cure, The Cult, Dinosaur Jr., Iron Maiden, Green Day, Flip, and the list goes on and on. That's just like the new, yeah, the ones that I've seen more than once or really stood out. Oh dear, that's unfortunate. Only since Smash Mouth. Oh, you. Yeah, Americans just tend not to get food, probably. Sean, that's just what it is. Well, yeah, of course rappers are shite live. It's because they don't actually make music. I mean, I'm not knocking the talent and skill it takes to be a rapper, a good one anyway. And to be able to get the wordplay and everything like that, all the rhymes and the wordplay and everything to work. But musically, yeah, it's just nothing to it. Now, did I see Motorhead? I can't remember. I may have seen Motorhead. It would have been in that period in the 90s that I can't remember. Yeah, Maroon 5, oh God. The first album was a solid effort. It was, soft rock, music to seduce ladies with. But yeah, it's just, no, the fact that Adam Levine thinks he's some kind of rock god. No, you're not. Ronnie James Dio, that's for certain. And I'd still put money on Ronnie James Dio in that fight. Yeah, there's turn down the machine. Damn. See, I saw Machine Head at Norwich University, or UEA. That's the thing, is the music they put on the records is what they think is going to sell well, not the music they want to make. Yeah, that's the thing with the music industry these days. It's all done to a click track, and it's all done according to what will sell the most records, rather than what is the best song. Ronnie, when he was dead, Michael. I'd put more money on dead Ronnie James Dio to beat Adam Levine in a fight. Yeah, it's actually, now we got the little alien aboard, old pasty face himself. Did you have anything you wanted to talk about, Scotty? Because I'm sure we can come up with a weird subject there. Yeah. Was it? Well, obviously, it was Eminem. The song from 8 Mile. Lose yourself. He did that in one take, constant. Yeah, that is impressive. Oh, Suede, yeah. I saw Suede back in the 90s. It was Brett Anderson and Bernard Butler. Yeah, Lose Yourself. Yeah, that was all done in one take, lyrically. Yeah, Paul Weller's great live as well. Watch the Project Blue Book show? Not yet. I shall add it to my list of things to watch, Scott. Yeah, and I was like, the thing, Eminem gets this bad rap because he shouts and swears at people. As he said, if he's out and he's like out with his, at the time, his young child, and he's trying to feed her, last thing he wants is random people coming up to him. It's leave the poor guy alone, or just go, all right, and carry on walking. Don't go. Can I have an autograph? He's desperately trying to change a nappy or something. Bob Lazar. Oh yeah, Bob Lazar. But it's one of those ones where you have to believe what he's saying because there is actual physical proof of it. And why would someone like him lie? If anyone's not familiar with Bob Lazar, he's direct rank or whatever, who witnessed and recorded the Tic Tac UFO. And I believe the footage has been released. And basically, I think the American military has gone, yeah, this is there's this. Go, what is it? And I go, we don't know. Someone else out there knows. Yeah, he was on with Joe Rogan. And as for initials, well, I share more than initials. I have exactly the same name as an Australian murderer. So, yeah, is that? That's gonna, yeah. There's definitely something going on, Scott and Aaron. Yeah, there's. Yeah, Michael, get yourself on board with Scotty at Alien World. There's lots of fish talk, some alien talk, some ghost talk. On the Saturday streams, You get to see the lovely Paige and hear her giggling a lot, which is always good. Yeah. Marshall Mathers. But yeah, I'll say if you Google my name, you come up with this Australian, basically serial killer. Is the first thing you come up with, which is, especially when you're playing online against Australians, and they recognise the name and they get the ump. It would be like playing online against Americans and calling yourself Richard Ramirez, basically. It's, so I think Bob Lazar's talking a lot of sense. Whether there's anything tying that kind of thing up with the missing 411, because some of them are just what Canadians. Yeah. There's all sorts. There's all sorts we don't know about, that upper levels of government, and by upper levels of government, I mean the people above prime ministers and presidents. The people who aren't voted for, the people who are there because of who they are. There's a lot more known privately than they're willing to let the public know. That's not a yay, Dave's out and come back again. That's not a conspiracy theory. That is just basically the truth. I think if they let us know everything that is known, it would just cause widespread panic. It's bad enough with this coronavirus, where all the panic and people are worried about it. Oh my god. Whereas, let's be honest, in the majority of us, it will basically be a dose of flu or a bad cold. It's only going to kill people who would die if they caught the flu anyway. It's that kind of thing. Oh yeah, we don't know who the richest people are. Yeah. I mean, compared to some people, Bill Gates is a noob. There are people whose wealth is not measured in billions, it's measured in countries. Like they used to talk about the nouveau riche. I think Lockheed Martin might secretly rule the planet. Lockheed Martin have probably got a hell of a lot of tech they don't want anyone else to know about. And it's probably not getting put into any of the planes or anything. Because if one did get shot down or crash, the people that own the planet, not the people we think are in charge. The people that we vote for, rightly or wrongly, or for whatever reason, really doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day, the people who are in charge will still be in charge, and they just want to screw the rest of us down so they can stay in charge. Is that cynical of me? Yeah. Tell us what you saw, Michael. Yeah, we're all interested in. Well, I won't say we're all interested in this. People are probably disappearing slowly but surely as we start talking about UFOs and weirdness. But hey, I'll quite happily talk about UFOs and weirdness. I've not seen any UFOs myself. Had a bit of a scare when I was a teenager. That turned out just to be a low-flying plane. The wind was coming from behind, so we didn't hear it until it got really close. And where I was living then, planes didn't tend to fly overhead very often. Turned out it was a military transport going to Lakenheath, but you know. Oh, come on, I'm waiting to see Michael's description of his unidentified flying object. Although, if you drop a fart in a lift, get out, and then someone else gets in, do you then become an unidentified farting object? Leave the smell for someone else. Oh, miss me mouth. Oh dear, 3 Street. So it'd be me, Father Fish, and Fish from Fever Chewy. I know James, he did say earlier that he would be streaming from the Tennessee meetup, so yeah. Not that he would have stopped on my behalf, but I did say, yeah, go for it, don't worry about it. It was relatively quiet last weekend because of the Superb Owl. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. You know, I'm not like trying to run over and like steal viewers away from, say, Father Fish or James or whatever. People will go where they want to go. If they want to run 3 streams at once, they can run 3 streams at once. So I'm just here because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy having a chat with like-minded people, and sometimes, yeah, it's. As I say, I don't necessarily believe in the Illuminati and all that kind of stuff, but there is not like lizard reptile people that are in charge, but there is a group of people who are in charge that we don't know who they are. Probably the Saxe-Coburgs are up there somewhere. Yeah, I was thinking, I know centuries-old weapons are still effective. You know, an axe to the face is still just as lethal as a 9 or a 5.56 mil round. It's just. But you notice how we're not hearing much news out of Hong Kong lately, really. And it's all kind of, look at this coronavirus. Donald Trump's facial makeup is bad. You know, no, we're going to make a big thing out of this new flu. Yeah, and it was a humans from home with Alpha Centauri. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, let's be honest, technically we are all aliens because we aren't purely based from planet Earth. We came in on amino acids on a comet, and you can just see the line where the orange stops, and then it's just like white. And it's just like, oh dear. Yeah, it's just no. Yeah, all these things are to distract from the real problems, the real issues, the real news. It's nothing we can really do about it. It's like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. I would, again, not a conspiracy theory, just me thinking out of left field. As I'm sure we're all aware, myxomatosis for rabbits is a human-developed disease. New strains get released to keep the rabbit population under control. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chinese were trying to do the same thing with the flu virus. Ever since they got rid of the one child per family, because it was like, hang on, everyone's getting rid of their girls, we're going to have a generation of only boys, and oh dear, then we're not going to have any children at all. So yes, I wouldn't be surprised if it was some kind of population cull kind of thing they were trying to do. I'm not saying they are, it's just something that occurred to me the other day. All the fish in the Xingu River going on the sites list. That doesn't surprise me, Chewy. We all know in the past how bad famines have been in China, and let's be honest, they're probably not any that much better these days in the less developed regions, so probably just getting fished out of existence. Yeah, Stonehenge is a difficult one to try and explain or figure out how the heck they got the stone from a quarry in Wales. Experimental vaccine for SARS and MERS. Yeah, it might have been, but it's funny how this one always gets loose every 3 or 4 years, though, isn't it? Bird flu, swine flu, beer flu. Quarry was an island. Oh, let's say it was an island. Geez. Last I heard, I think they tracked it to the Welsh border or something. But if they've tracked it to Ireland now, geez, yeah. They definitely didn't have ships back then that would transport that much weight of rock. Yeah, well, we all know what the Chinese government are like. It's I'm not too dissimilar from any other government, to be honest. Yeah, they're in it for their own ends. Make the most money they can and disappear. Damn, Bill, less developed. Yeah, it has. I mean, not excusing what we've done, but yeah, it'd have to be a damn big raft to float those stone slabs. Yeah, so not excusing what we've done in the West, the first world, or whatever you want to call it, what we've done to our environments. But were we aware when we did it of the effects that these things could have? Someone like China doing it now, they are aware of the effect it will have. Do they care? No, because the people behind it are the big rich people who just don't care about the rest of us. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I have been to Stonehenge, and well, when I went, it wasn't crowded. Let's put it that way. And yeah, you can feel the vibe of the place. It's just it's hard to describe. It's not like if you go into somewhere that is haunted, and you can feel the heaviness in the air or the presence. You go to one of the former concentration camps, you can just feel the weight of it. Go to Stonehenge, is that kind of strange feeling that you can't tingle, or you can't put your finger on what it is, but there's definitely something. And obviously, it wasn't the first henge. There was Woodhenge. There are several other henges, most of which have been destroyed or fallen apart. Or yeah, yeah. How they mine those slabs without metal tools or explosives? Soaking a piece of if the rock had natural cracks in it that you could get a wooden wedge in and then soak it, the amount of pressure that expanding wood can exert could split stone. I read some about one ancient civilization using that. Um, giants. Yeah, I mean, if there were giants or another species of hominid that was, say, larger, stronger, hairier. Because you go to pretty much any native or native Aboriginal, I think is the correct term. Although that just makes you think of Aboriginal Australians rather than whichever country they are. But everywhere has had the legends and the myths about giants, about large hairy creatures. For these things to be spread all over the world. Right, yeah, like the tiny people, the hobbits. There is, there, not just Mummy. There is, I can't remember what the island was called. But up until fairly recently, it was. Uh, there were a race of humanoid or hominid. I don't want to say animals or creatures. A race of hominids that were pygmies, not just pygmies. I mean, really small. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, admittedly, we all originally came from Africa, so you would expect some of the stories to be the same. But when the cultures have been separated for so many thousands of years, things will be forgotten, new things will be found and learned, and the fact that all of the legends are so similar all over the world does make you wonder. Definition of society is just a large cult. Yeah, pretty much. Same as any organized religion is a cult, technically. Evidence that native Americans force out the original inhabitants. Yeah, it's just what we do, isn't it, as a species? Like the old joke about the British Empire is we just go sailing around the world and go, do you have a flag? Oh, you don't. Thunk. We do. This is ours now. That's pretty much how it worked. Um, yeah, well, I mean, the link to China, because obviously the Bering Land Bridge would have existed back then. So people would have come across from not necessarily China, but they might have migrated northwards during one of the warm periods rather than the ice ages, cross the Bering Land Bridge. Then you get the ice age, which cuts them off, and then the ice all melts. You get sea there, so you can't get back across. As Cheryl was saying earlier about Doggerland, when England or the UK was attached to Europe. Yeah. Yeah, there's all sorts of Well, there's yeah, the Bible is another entirely interesting subject where, um, yes, it's one of those things we'll probably never know quite what isn't in there. Um, the Finnish and Hindus, Aussies, yep, back the Hopi was, yes. I say that has been a symbol of goodness for thousands of years. Just takes one monumental asshole to mean it is now a symbol of evil. Um, yeah. What can you do? All we can do really is try and get on with each other and be good people. That's, in the words of Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other. That's generally my philosophy for life. Can't be called Adolf now. No. And it's it has been over the years a common Germanic name. This Colin, although apparently there are still several Adolf Hitlers in existence. I mean, yeah, the Hopis fled in Europe thousands of years ago. Yes, Bill and Ted with Keanu Reeves. And George, dead comedian, played Rufus. Hilarious guy. If you've not seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Aaron, watch it. Back when Keanu Reeves could act. George Carlin, that was it, yeah. And check out some of George Carlin's live stuff. That is hilarious. Yeah. Gotta love Bill and Ted. Was it Bill S. Preston and Theodore Roosevelt? Something like that. It's something like Bill S. Preston and Theodore. I can't remember. But it's been many, many years since I've seen it. It will be out this year, so hopefully it'll probably be summer, so hopefully DVD for Christmas. Theodore Logan, that was it. Yeah, Bill and Ted. Yeah, Vikings reached the US. Yeah, so. Yeah, so knowing the weather patterns, you got to think probably back then without us messing with the weather patterns, they were probably quite predictable. Better hurry up for it too. Oh yeah, but Cheryl, Billen's head on Zimmer frames, that would be hilarious. I think I'll probably do a decent movie. Um, will it be as good as the originals? Probably not. But will it be funny? It should be. Yeah. Also, I mean, Bill and Ted on Zimmer frames. I mean, if you none of you probably have, you've probably got better taste in movies than me. There's Cockneys versus Zombies, which features the late Richard Briers with a Hob Zimmer frame with twin Uzis strapped to it. That's like one of the most awesome things I've ever seen in a movie. Oh, John Wick 4. Jeez. They basically just, these make money. Let's make hundreds of them. What are they going to kill this time? I mean, at this rate, you don't want to be John Wick's dog, do you? Um, yeah, he's doing a lot of movies, but I mean, no, Keanu Reeves is just one of those guys. Yes, world famous, massive actor, but he's not a douche. um, you know, he's the kind of guy. You see the pictures. He rides the subway, and if there's someone, an older woman needs a seat, he will stand up and let them sit down. He's just a normal dude. Just happens to be world famous and loaded. Optimizing for proper things to play computer games on. Yeah, I'll say they're enjoyable movies. Don't get me wrong, but it's just more proof that Hollywood is running out of original ideas. Yeah, well, consoles are the main. Despite what people, the PC master race think, consoles are the biggest market for games. So make the game work on a console, and then port it over. Yeah, Dan, he did. He gave his shoes to a homeless person once. Yeah, he's probably done it more than once. He's probably just been caught on camera doing it once. Yeah, gaming. Well, gaming's taken over also the likes of Amazon, Netflix. It's and yeah, Constantine is a great movie, Cheryl. I love that movie. I'm going to have to rewatch it actually. Um, Kind of like they did with like Lord of the Rings, where they filmed it all at once and then um, just split it up afterwards. And like with the second part of it, they filmed all the parts of the second part of it with the kids when they did the first part, so you don't then watch it 3 years later and they've all grown up. You're watching the same kids and they've all got stubble or yeah. Yeah, consoles are more affordable for now. I mean, no, I've always been a console gamer, but that's just because it's easy. You don't have to look at the back of the case and try and figure out if your computer can actually play the game. You just buy it and stick it in, and you know it's going to work. Yeah, PS4 is. Um, Sony really needs to sort out their pads and their over reliance on big blue lights. Because if you sit in the position I sit to game in and you wear glasses which slip down your nose because your nose has been broken so many times, and you hold the pad like I hold it, with a PS4 pad, I just get a big blue glow across the back of my glasses and can't see anything. Yeah, well, I mean, there is that one scene they took out, Michael, that would turn it from PG to X-rated very fast with the child orgy. Damn, PS4's 600 quid. Jeez, yeah, I wouldn't pay that. All right, later, Chevy. I'm going to be jumping off any moment now, anyway. So yeah, the orgy was in the book. I mean, I originally started out with, well, I say originally, I started out with the PlayStation when it first came out, when everything still used D-pads and analog sticks were like the new thing. But now you use the analog sticks all the time. The D-pad is more for like just selecting a weapon or something. But Sony put the analog sticks in a position where they're awkward to get to. But the D-pad's easy to get to, despite the fact you very rarely use it. It just doesn't work. Yeah, unfortunately, Cougar Blur, you are a little on the late side. I'm just about to disappear off when I finish my ciggy. Oh yeah, Joe and Silent Bob. That is on my list of ones to watch as well. Silent Bob being one of my heroes. Although it's going to be weird with the skinny Silent Bob. Yeah, see, there you go, Aaron. There's your case cost more than my laptop did. And I upgrade things when they stop working, and that kind of. No. But I got a new laptop because don't worry about it, Cougar. It'll be up if you want to watch the replay. You can do. It's no big deal. You never. Oh, Cheryl, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Oh, what other ones were there? More Rats, Clerks 2. Oh, Clerks 2 is hilarious. Yeah. Pretty much any of Kevin Smith's movies with a picture of him on the cover. There's yeah. You see, the thing is, it's where you can tell I'm older than you, Aaron, because I've got a spare 300 quid. I keep it. You see, I've never bought a case. The only thing I've ever bought cases for are phones and tablets. I'll say Dogma is an awesome movie. But yeah, there is a whole series of those movies, Cheryl. And they just all as hilarious as each other. Clerks, you get, because you got Randall and Dante as well. And Randall is just such a hilarious character. It's unbelievable. Yeah, 1080p. Okay. Oh, no, you can't leave it not in a case. But you know, you can buy them ready built in a case. You just take it out of the box, plug a few wires in, turn it on, and you're good to go. That's how I like computers. From top. Yeah. Oh, God, what was her name? No, I don't mean Alanis Morissette. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to have to make a move, I'm afraid, peeps. So thanks for tuning in. Those of you who sat with me for the 2 hours, thank you very much. There will be a video go up during the week. No idea what one yet. Might be fish, might be models, might be something completely random. Most likely fish. Yep. I'm assuming, but don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Let your friends know. And catch you next time. Have fun. Peace out. Rock on. Bye.